Facility Response Plans, FAQs regarding EPA requirements. Must every facility monitored by the EPA have a Facility Emergency Response Plan? Any facility that is considered able to cause any substantial harm to the environment is required by the EPA to have a formal Facility Emergency Response Plan and must disclose the plan accordingly. Substantial harm is defined by the following: facilities that transfer oil via waterways in amounts that exceed 42,000 gallons per vessel. Facilities that have storage tanks that are larger than 1 million gallon capacity, whether the facility is located above ground or below ground, and the facility has had an oil spill of greater than 10,000 gallons sometime during the previous 5 years. In addition to the EPA, what other agencies monitor or regulate our facility? Other agencies that may monitor or enforce regulations include: United States Coast Guard will monitor any agency that transports or transfers oil or other hazardous materials in excess of 250 barrels across waterways. Department of Interior Minerals Managed Service will monitor and regulate any offshore pipelines. How is substantial harm determined? According to EPA guidelines, substantial harm is explained by the following criteria. If your facility transfers oil over water or have oil storage exceeding 42,000 gallons, then substantial harm is possible. If your facility is near wildlife or other vulnerable environmental locations, substantial harm is possible. There may be other discretionary criteria used by the EPA to determine whether your facility requires substantial harm status. Can there be one policy or plan in place to cover multiple requirements for the EPA and other regulating agencies? Yes, one policy may meet the requirements for having a Facility Emergency Response Plan, providing it addresses the regulations of each agency adequately. Are there key elements that are required in a Facility Emergency Response Plan? Yes, key elements are outlined as follows by the EPA. Emergency Response Action Plan in detail. Name, type of facility, location, and specific owner and operator information should be clear. Emergency equipment, notification plan, personal and pertinent evacuation plan information. Definition of small, medium, and worst case scenarios with regard to potential spills, and the associated response plans. Proof of site security and proper equipment monitoring.